All right. We back again. Hopefully third time's a charm. Had some audio difficulties, so coming back, starting again, giving y'all a little taste of the band. Modern BC, the sweet sounds, baby. Hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll be incorporating more music into the channel here. I'll be showing you the HipHop Group here later on for a little intermission. New Age X. Shout out to the crew. And once again, it's your boy Adam, frontman of said band Modern BC, one half of New Age X, and your future favorite MC. Check all the links in the description for all of the music, for my solo, for the HipHop Group, for the rap metal, all of that, baby. We out here spreading good messages and keeping the lyricism alive. So, that said, today isn't a music episode, but I am a hip hop artist and a lyricist, so I gotta show you what's up. But today we're gonna talk about fake alphas, man. It's gonna be interesting. We're covering 4 in particular. We're gonna be covering the infamous Wesley Watson, aka my man, the 5'8" 6-footer, aka Pegged Watson, aka fucking Johnny Bravo's favorite piece of shit. And he also gets credit for that Pegged Watson moniker. Shout out to Johnny Bravo. Check out John Bravo's films. He's been covering the whole saga. We'll probably do a whole rundown of this whole recent saga of him and his gym fight where him and his goons fucking jumped the dude who showed up, answered Wes's call for a one-on-one, and then they jumped him, and Wes used weapons, all kind of shit. It's ugly. If you haven't been following, we'll catch you up. But basically, this guy's a former prisoner. He got out of jail, and then started making YouTube videos telling his stories. And a lot of prisoners say that he's faking the funk, right? He was about that self-improvement kick. Then I feel like the Roy's got to his head, and then he started scamming people. It's an interesting case. We're going to jump into that. And then there's another guy that just came on my radar as of like an hour ago. I don't know shit about this dude. I just put up the video on my reaction list for the day. His name's Clinton Dye. And he's like what you would imagine Wes Watson's dad would be like, trying to match his son's bravado after he got famous. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole vibe he gets off. And ironically, they kick it. That's the only thing I know about this dude. But you'll see what I mean by that energy, by his lack of aura, so to speak. He's definitely like a bad copy paste with like spelling errors and shit. Like the code didn't transfer. You know what I'm saying? Totally. And then after that, we're gonna cover Andy Elliott. The infamous Andy Elliott, you better have a 6-pack to work for me, motherfucker. Who ironically had to sell out his whole car sales team because he was advising them to falsify documents while submitting them. And I believe they all got federal sentences, but he got immunity because he snitched on everybody. Shows you who we talking about there. And then last but not least, everybody's favorite, the most infamous, Andrew Tate. We're going to dive into him and his online scams. So we'll have a little CoffeeZilla vid on them. Spencer Cornelius covering Andy Elliott. We got Bubba covering Clinton Dye. And then right now, we about to hop into a video from Big Craig. Come on, Craig. About Wes Watson right now. Ooh, we're going to full screen. Let's get off of the music video. Hop over to the satisfying downfall of Mr. Wes Watson. And let's see what they talking about.
Wes Watson was once a legend of the prison YouTube space, uploading authentic stories on how he survived the California prison system and giving...
I want y'all to notice the progression here. Look at what he used to look like, right? I just want y'all to notice this. Now, I haven't seen this video yet, but I'm familiar with the guy. Look at. He's balding, but he's still holding on to it. He's a jacked dude, but he don't look like abnormally jacked and roided out. And then we start morphing, and what the fuck, bro? You got snakes? Like, come on, bro. And then it starts just getting ridiculous from there. His head starts getting bigger and balder. You can see the size growing, bro. You know, telltale signs of certain chemical usages, allegedly. But man, I'll bet my house that this dude is on all kind of gear. But yeah, let's roll. Just want y'all to keep track of that. Notice that.
California prison system and giving the gory details of what goes on inside. However, the fame seems to have gotten to his head after he scammed his audience of thousands while bragging about it, was totally embarrassed by Penguin Zero, and most recently beat a
Charlie.
man so much that he may end up back to where he started. Born in 1983 in San Diego, California, Wes grew up in what seems like a typical stoner
This
lifestyle.
motherfucker,
He was
dude.
skateboarding,
That head now.
surfing, and smoking weed, all at the age of just 12 years old. And by 14, he was the one selling the plant.
I just like smoking weed. I started smoking weed at like 13 or 12. By the time I was 14 or 15,
I wonder if he
like,
quit.
I need
If that's why he's so high strung now. I bet you he quit. He probably needs some weed if he ain't smoking it. Russ, you need to roll a fatty. Chill the fuck out, bro. You already fucked his life up, though, man. This dude is a trip.
to get this shit for free. So obviously, the natural progression was to start slanging.
According to Wes himself, he quickly moved up the ladder, making more and more money, and quickly progressed into a middleman role, which apparently netted him tens of thousands of dollars every single week.
I'm making about 20 grand, 40 grand a week, blowing it like an idiot, like a fucking...
So, I don't know. I mean, I work in cannabis, so I can talk about this. I was working in cannabis. I've been working in cannabis for a while, and I'm familiar with the old days that, you know, individuals would be on their own entrepreneurial grind, so to speak. And to get that kind of money, yo, do you have any idea how much weight you have to be moving? That's crazy weight, bro. You know how much on the radar, how many radars he'd be on? Bro, you'd probably depend. He said he's in San Diego. So if you getting that kind of money, I'm guessing you're gonna be on the cartel's radar because they're right there. I know they operate there. I live in Phoenix. I know there's probably stuff all over the place out here that they're doing and looking out for. I've heard stories, you know what I'm saying? From people I know and trust. And it was their direct experience on some wild shit. So if you out here moving weight like that, you encroaching on somebody else who's got a whole apparatus that they have at their disposal that's got a military arm, all kind of stuff. So off the rip right there, I mean, my radar goes up. I start seeing red flags off of that. You ain't that kind of money, bro. Shit. I mean, maybe he ain't lying, but I feel like that's blown way out of proportion.
Kid who just got some money, very low financial maturity. And I go get an Escalade, I put some rims on it. Now I think I'm really doing it because at that time, that's what all the rappers had and all the big dogs had.
Bear in mind, this is all coming from Wes himself, who, as we will come to see, is not the most reliable source. Nevertheless, he did seem like he was telling the truth on being a career criminal, as when he was in his 20s, while living in a $1.6 million home and driving the best trucks, he was arrested for a deal gone wrong, which was very well documented. In 2009, a man by the name of Ruben Carvajal owed Wes and his friend money, so according to court documents, Wes attacked Ruben in his motel room, stealing drugs, money, and all of Ruben's belongings. Shortly after this incident, Wes was picked up by the police and thrown into county jail, where he would serve time for almost the next decade, and it wouldn't be a quiet ride. He was apparently caught in multiple riots and prison gang fights, which landed him in solitary confinement for months on end. Wes was heavily involved in prison politics and how you need to do things to survive in prison, but it was something he learned from, and it allowed him to go on a personal journey of growth and transforming himself, focusing on improving himself through mindfulness, reading, and fitness. And it was during this time he managed to get his hands on a phone and create an Instagram account in 2014, where he decided from then that he wanted to become an influencer and gave his very vain reason.
And you kind of knew that you wanted to be a content creator, or what?
I just saw money on Instagram. I saw money on there. I saw the hashtags. I saw the way the photos were. I saw the positivity. I loved being positive. Like, I was negative my whole life. So if I could I want attention. Like, people like me and you, like, we do what we do because we like attention. We'll be stars and we'll win because we want attention.
So he continued posting all the way up until 2017, when he was finally released from prison and had gained around 10,000 followers on his account, launching his business Watson Fit on the back of these followers. His real fame came from his YouTube channel.
10,000 pretty
Which at the time
quick.
was under the name of GP Penitentiary Life, and this
GP.
is a decision which...
What? GP? I wonder what that stood for. General population? Probably.
skyrocketed his career. His first video was uploaded in July of 2019, titled...
That pose. He loves that pose. That, like, sideways fucking got my arm on the table. It's like but he's like got his arm out in front right into the camera, so look all massive. That shit's funny. Every video's that pose, dog.
I almost lost my life in prison, and it currently stands on 700.
It's like that Ab dude back in the day. He'd always do that thing for his infomercial, standing at an angle.
With many viewing Wes as
that
a
lighting
window into what really goes on into the California prison system. This is easily one of the best channels on YouTube. Keep it up. Real stories. This positivity wouldn't stick around forever, as we'll come to see.
Intense,
but in 2019, Wes really was one of the biggest channels of the time in the self-help world. His series on prison life gained tens of millions of views on these videos alone, with people shocked at the stories he was coming out with.
See that pose?
Simple ass, straight up princess tells me that he's having trouble sleeping. Motherfucker, man. Your bed is so comfortable. Your life is so good. You let that shit run a train on your soft ass.
It seems like most of Wes's money has been earned through his fitness brand and his self-help life coaching, which evolved over time alongside his appearance and voice. He started to realize his persona as a rugged ex-con was more valuable than just simply telling stories of what happened in prison, and he hopped on the alpha male wave of the time and ran with it. His videos focused less about his time in prison and started to tell men how to be men, clearly targeting those insecure enough to listen. He boasted on his webpage that his business earns $10 million annually, vlogging inside his Lamborghini and Miami penthouse, all of which he...
I wonder, all them tattoos, did he go under anesthesia for these pieces? I saw his homeboy, the Big Boy or whatever from Strain Cartel, on a video about cats who go under anesthesia for tattooing. He was one of the people they covered and that they showed in the clinic that they were talking about. Which is going to be a topic coming up, the crazy world of cosmetic augmentations that males are doing right now. And I'm going to include that. I know everybody can do that. But I've always suspected people who are just blasted quickly and crazily if that was the case. And it is, and it gets wild. But nonetheless, go back to the video here.
He claimed to own. His personality became more of a caricature of himself too. In his old videos, he would remain calm and talk about what seemed like genuine stories. But in more recently uploaded videos, that would be the complete opposite. Even getting angry at a man using a leaf blower while he recorded one of his videos.
That's just crazy.
Invention for you motherfuckers. Shut up. Watch. Here you go. Hey!
You gonna go out there and yell at cats you hired for doing the job that you hired them to do. That is the only explanation of that is roid rage, dog. He said, fuck! Like he just told his kids to shut the hell up and go to bed for like the 12th time. This guy, that's a trip. That's a trip. Steroids, man. I'm telling you, that's just allegedly. But steroids is crazy, man. They turn your brain into fucking anger soup, man. Just pure rage.
Well, there the fuck you go. 2 minutes in the video wasted. Because these motherfuckers just don't get that it's so fucking annoying to sit there and... There's no possible way that needed to be done at that level. This is fucking Miami, and the shit's everywhere.
Many have attributed his changed voice, aged face, and clear short temper with severe steroid abuse, and his short temper was only going to become more apparent as the months rolled on. In 2023, a huge
Steroid abuse,
unfolded in the Wes Watson subreddit, and it seems like the first time Wes was exposed as a scammer by his own core fan base. A user by the name of the Dutch Demon exposed how he sought help from Wes, showing messages in which he wants to buy the $3,000 a month life coaching package Wes was selling, showing messages he sent Wes claiming he was basically broke. Wes sensed the desperation in the man's messages and offered him the package for half price, so $1,500 for the month, which is still a total rip-off and a lot of money.
That's crazy.
The Dutch Demon was filled with hope and
Probably
told
does that for
Wes
everybody.
this was the biggest risk he'd ever taken in his life, with Wes
I bet you he does that for anybody who says they can't afford that price. Okay, all right, how about $1,500 since you're fucking broke? I mean, fuck, I'll still give it to you, but you're paying full price next month, motherfucker.
telling him the dream of making thousands in a day. Despite being a massive fan of his, Wes clearly didn't care about him at all. Months went by and Wes was dodging every message sent his way, putting off call times and giving no other reason than things got moved around. After getting sick of Wes and disappointed by his service, he asked for his money back, which of course wouldn't happen easily. The Dutch demon was $1,500 down and had nothing to show for it. And after he asked for a refund, he would be ignored yet again for months, leading to the bank issuing a chargeback because Wes and his team ignored them also.
God
It's not
damn.
clear why he ignored the bank and his refund request, but it certainly left a sour taste in his fans' mouths. I started watching his videos.
He ignored it because he's doing it to everybody. It don't matter. He knows what's gonna happen. He's like, well, fuck it then. He knows. He's probably got so many people that the charges have cleared for, and checks cleared, whatever. Not the checks. It ain't that day and age, but you know what I'm saying. Where the transaction's done, and he's got it in his bank account. He don't give a fuck, man. He's just playing the game of odds at that point. He'll take that loss. Cost of doing business for a scammer.
Videos around a year after his channel started, and his advice really changed my life.
It's literally not even a cost. It didn't cost him anything.
Time passed and something just didn't seem right with his whole personality, and once he started with all the cars and flashing his wealth, I just felt like he lost touch with who he was at the start, and things were only going to get worse for Wes, as he was totally and utterly embarrassed on stage.
This
in
shit
front
is
of
hilarious.
paying
I saw
alpha
this too.
males. In the summer
Everybody
of
did.
2024, Wes started appearing on the Fresh and Fit podcast, which is known for its controversial takes and inflammatory guests, which made Wes and his new persona the perfect guest. After Andrew Wilson
Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks are a trip too. That deserves a whole deep dive too, man. Fucking Myron. Yo. I'm being real. Anybody who knows this dude and his temperament and how he acts and his mentality and what he's been up to, that guy's a former Fed. It gives you the mindset, like an insight into kind of, you know, a former Fed and how he operates. And I'm sure he's not too dissimilar from other cats that he was working with.
called Wes out and asked why he values money so highly, Wes then pressured Andrew, calling him broke, ugly, and fat, all while completely dodging Andrew's original question and struggling to string a coherent sentence together that wasn't filled with insults.
Prove a person's
Are
life.
you proud of who the fuck you are?
Why
Well,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
glance?
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off.
I've been-
Tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of
I've been
yourself.
to
Ridiculous.
prison.
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison.
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
Andrew did fight back where he accused Wes of being in prison, which would be important later,
shit.
but this only escalated.
He didn't know how
tensions
right he
between the
was.
pair on stage.
No, they go to prison.
Allegedly.
They get ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
he's talking
what
about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison where they get.
Now you get your ass beat in front of
You think that
everybody.
that's better? You think that that's better? Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
Are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw
worth
me
more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining.
That
You're
is
just
a
making
product. I'll smack your fat
So you're
ass.
gonna attack.
Straight
You're gonna
up.
attack.
Wes getting pegged and threatening to attack someone is something that'll become
It's pure insecurity, man. Pure insecurity. And what's crazy, what led up to that was Andrew was talking about, they were talking about like why they do what they do, or what like their grind means to them basically, and what's important. He was talking about like family and, you know, being a good person in the world. Like basically money wasn't important to him. Even though he makes money, he wasn't putting it high on a pedestal, and that just triggered Mr. Watson here for whatever reason.
very real later on in the story, but for now his fans were starting to get extremely tired of his behavior and started to question how much money he was actually making. Multiple Reddit threads started to crop up which exposed Wes's rented lifestyle, namely his $30 million mansion in San Diego. After he did a house tour, someone on Reddit shared the Zillow listing for his property, which showed that he was paying $80,000 a month in rent for it. And things get worse for him too, as it was about to be exposed that his renting habits stretched further than just homes, as another Redditor exposed him for renting his girlfriend, calling him the definition of a cook. And his problems with women wouldn't end here, as this escort would end up leaving Wes, with some shocking allegations coming out about the reasons why, and it may have something to do with his experiences in prison.
Renting your girlfriend. That is a wild phrase. A rented girlfriend. And he was really acting like that was his chick. Like she was down for the ride and they was, you know, in there like swimwear, so to speak. That's crazy, man.
YouTuber and professional
Rented
Wes
girlfriend.
Watson hater John Bravo put out a
Shout
video
out John
titled
Bravo.
Wes Watson and Big Boy suffer nuclear meltdown and revealed something many people have suspected all along.
You remember her with the big fucking lips? Well, she got tired of all the bullshit too. She got tired of him. She got tired of having to him.
John Bravo revealed
That look
Wes
where
Watson
the upper lip is bigger than the lower lip is crazy. That you look like a Simpsons character, yo. You don't even realize that shit. That's how the Simpsons be looking, dude.
the alpha male super king gets by his girlfriend, all revealed by his ex-wife, who also used to do that to Wes. At this point, Wes was being constantly roasted online for being for his rented house and girlfriend, and also his cute purse which he carries around with him.
And so this purse-carrying, peg-taking, people-pleasing ass.
I wasn't ready for Greg Doucette to pop up on here saying that wild shit, and his voice don't help, man. His big motherfucker. So his fucking Peg Watson purse packing. That voice is so high, dude. Shout out to Greg Doucette. He does cool videos. I like his channel, but man, he's a trip, yo.
Well, he's the kind of guy that likes to exit, you know, to pull out and finish all over himself, aka on his stomach.
And it doesn't just end here, as Wes has even breached the fitness bubble and reached the king of callouts, Penguin Zero, who made a video on Wes and how he is getting gadooshed or roasted constantly online, and pointed out just how hilarious his situation is.
Do you even realize how lucky you are to be able to
16 million
just sit
subscribers.
here in
God
peace
damn.
while there's others out there struggling by getting gadooshed every day? You ever stop to think about those people? And by the people, I mean that one guy, Wes Watson.
Imagine this stud, this ringleader of Reddit reviewers who gadoosh me. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. No, bro. I was too busy making millions of dollars and not knowing who you are at all while you were gadooshing yourself about me.
I just love it. I absolutely love it. It kind of reminds me of like that old cartoon gag that they do all the time where a character will step on a rake and it hits him in the face. They turn around, step on another rake, and hits him in the face, and he just goes back and forth a couple times. That's Wes Watson with gadooshing. He is just constantly getting big time gadooshed. And he pretends to play it off like he doesn't care, but he's the guy who cares the most in the world about everything. He argues with everyone, even through text messages, even through Instagram DMs, on Reddit. He is constantly arguing with anybody that doesn't like him. And
that's why he had to move things around on that call for his program with Homeboy, who did the chargeback. He's too busy doing all this other shit. Who has that kind of time to just answer everything online about them, especially when you're notable like that? And there's a lot of shit online about you. Who has that kind of time? Wesley Watson, on your dime.
one thing he's always really proud of when he mentions jail is like how flexible his anus is. So he's constantly talking about like hooping his paperwork.
He does talk about
and
that.
sticking things in his butt and like
Pause.
showing his butt to other people in jail. Like he even said that people wouldn't even recognize him by his face sometimes. They recognized him by his brown balloon knot, by his fucking asshole.
You know they love to see them buttholes. They want you to wink at them the whole nine, so I gotta show them. They want to see. They only know you by your butthole in there. They see my face, and they're like, oh, who are you again? And then I just bend over, I show them the butthole. Oh, Wes Watson, how you doing, bro? What's up? Nice to meet you again.
After
Ain't no way that's real. Ain't no way that's real. You just got manipulated. Oh my God. You just got manipulated by a damn prison predator. Did they talk like this? Did he say he likes you and he wants you? And do this the easy way or the hard way? You chose the easy way, Mr. Wesley Watson?
all of these embarrassments online, it seems like Wes's once totally loyal fan base has turned on him completely. Not only has his YouTube channel views dropped to barely a few thousand each video, but people are actually starting to DM him to fight in person, which may have ended up with Wes going back to prison. On December 30th, 2024, Wes
could have just did it one-on-one.
Caption, A hater came and tried to test me yesterday at the gym. I tried to talk him out of the fight, but it did not go as we planned. There was a strange lack of video evidence of this fight on Wes's Instagram though, and a comment on this post even said, "This sounded hella made up, not gonna lie," which in fairness it does. However, it seems as though the reason Wes left the footage out was because it shows him committing a very serious crime. It turns out that Wes had pre-arranged to fight this guy in a 1v1 inside Wes's gym, but when the guy showed up, Wes started smacking him with a belt, while his 3 friends all started to beat.
Yo, not just a belt, a weight belt, yo. You know what I'm saying? The ones you strap around for, extra security and support while you're doing heavy squats, deadlifts, stuff like that. Them shits is heavy. And I believe you hit him with that buckle in too.
Him too, with one even
You see him
using
holding
a
it.
dumbbell as a weapon. The security footage obtained by John Bravo makes for seriously grim viewing.
And he gave out the address to the place and told people to come show up and fight him. He'll fight him one-on-one, and then all this happened.
Now take a look. You see the monster lunge forward. I can't tell if he's going after Wes or if he's being pushed from this footage, but you can see the hassle with the dumbbell in his hand, with his arm around his back, and then Wes is pulling his ponytail. We have another one of the goons throwing a kick to his face and then holding him down with his other hand. And then the biggest pussy of them all, this fat pig, he throws a kick to make it look like he did something, the piece of shit. And then
The
over
piece
here,
of
you
shit.
got Wes on top,
Real
throwing
talk.
over 45 punches
Still holding the
right here
dumbbell.
alone, and this other asshole with the dumbbell still in his hand.
Oh, y'all are going to jail. You're going to jail. That's just crazy, man. They probably thought that the gym owner was going to cooperate, hide the footage. They was tight. Homeboy recorded himself. Smart man. Smart man.
And then somebody from the gym came over to try to pull Wes off of him. And then Wes pushed him away, and they kept on holding him down, poking in his eyes and pulling his hair. And right when you think it's over, having taken over 50 shots to the head and 7 soccer kicks by Wes alone, he wasn't finished yet.
Kicked him again.
At the end here, you could see this little fat pig with a smile on his face.
It was cold. His homie still got up and walked away. Yeah, he had some injuries and some medical bills. But if you all you say you are, by yourself, you should have KO'd him, put him to sleep, But you and your boys couldn't do that. Bitch made. Yeah, I don't like that kind of bullshit. I don't like bitch made bullshit, Wes, and your cronies. Y'all a bunch of bitches.
And then, look over here. You see that little thing on the floor? That's a piece of his ponytail.
It's a total coward move to agree.
You rip some of my dreads. I swear. Look. I know you probably can't see him in the video. Like, whoop, get them all stuck on the mic. You know how long it take to grow these, man? Oh my, yo, Wes, you a bitch.
A 1v1 online, but then get your friends to beat him and even pull his ponytail out in person. Thankfully, in what could be the end of Wes Watson's career, charges have been pressed and a police report has been filed, as revealed once again by John Bravo. There hasn't been an update on this case yet, but if you're anything like me, you'll be hoping that he gets...
What's crazy too is, you notice how as a brother that showed up to fight him, Wes has been caught dropping N-bombs and saying racist shit too. So maybe a little bit of that rage was that little bit of that bigoted rage that, them fucking racists be having up in there. Because deep down it's an inferiority thing. That's why this bitch ass takes steroids. I've seen other cats online too, like HT the Giga and shit like that. Roided the fuck out, believing that they're fucking genetically superior to other motherfuckers with chemical help. You need chemical help and your boys, and you still can't knock them out. I'm tired of this bitch ass mentality, man. It's wild. But it's only getting more and more pervasive. All these kids on roids and shit, man. All this fucking nationalist mentalities out here. We're only going to see more of this bullshit. So I'm saying everybody better be ready for it, Shit. Don't be surprised when it shows up. Don't say I ain't tell you.
And ends back where he belongs. And if you want to see the downfall of another scammer who was
Cali
recently
muscle,
hanging around with Wes,
shit.
click the video on your screen now to see the...
Man, that guy is a trip, And that is not the last time you're going to see him on this channel. He's one of the most fascinating mental cases I've ever come across. I'm fascinated by psychology. And, you know, I just can't figure this motherfucker out. I mean, I can. There's a lot of things that are pretty obvious about this motherfucker, but I just like how you got this way and how you just stay, how you push so hard and you just don't acknowledge reality so hard like that is, I'm almost impressed by it. You know, and then just watching the shift in character. He went from, I mean, the stuff I've seen from his old videos when he first got out, he was giving like sound advice to people. He seemed like a down-to-earth guy in them videos, you know? And maybe that's because he came out of prison humbled. He probably got his ass beat in there, among other things that happened to it, allegedly. And he came out humble, but then all of a sudden, this shit started getting to him. And it's wild, man. It literally went to his head, and his head got bigger. They say don't get a big head. Wes literally got a big fucking head. Got that Barry Bonds fucking head, bro. That head growth is crazy. It's the same shape, everything, but without the greatness. God damn. So let's dive into this guy who looks like Wes Watson Sr., Clinton Dye. I don't know shit about this guy other than I saw him in the front seat of a Rolls Royce and Wes Watson was in the back. I don't know if he was driving. I'm going to laugh my ass off. It turns out it's like Wes Watson's driver trying to buy this swag and fit in. It's like the ultimate past prime OG super hard conversation midlife crisis appearance. We'll see if I'm right on that diagnosis. But Bubba has a video we're about to dive into to continue this. And man, just these motherfuckers, man. These pieces of shit. John Bravo's the man. Hilarious, man. Here
All right, we're hitting a video here because the lighting's good here.
Look at this motherfucker, yo.
I got that golden hour.
Look at this motherfucker, yo. Tell me he's not trying to be Wes Watson Sr., yo.
Our light in the biceps are cranking.
I couldn't even tell his bicep started, bro. Like, it's just.
What's that, brother? I mean, I live here in Miami. I've never seen a hater in person. I've seen a lot of haters online. I have a lot of negative things to say, maybe from the people I associate with, or how I look, or how I speak. I don't know. Oh my God!
There you go. This is as far as I got into this video. As soon as I was like, what's this about? As soon as I saw this right here, I stopped and put it on the reaction. It's like, oh shit, I need to put this on the stream. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. You see him. You see him. He even got him in there trying to absorb clout directly off of the dome of Wes Watson into the dome of Clinton Dye through this. Look at this framing, yo. Fucking clown.
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel. Guys, today's video is gonna be a banger, so you already know what it is. Bubba Army in the chat. Now, I promised in a previous video that I'd be introducing a new character to the alpha male universe, the AMU that we've been cultivating here on the Bubba YouTube channel. And that character is going to be Clinton Dye. Now, you're probably wondering who this guy is. This guy that looks like a goldfish. Boy is ugly. Keep those shades on, man. But Clinton Dye is a alpha male groupie that belongs to the inner circle of Wes Watson. If you're ever wondering who is the person that is taking all of these videos and photos of Wes Watson's life, it is Clinton Dye. Clinton Dye is the cameraman of Wes Watson, or some type of...
I knew he was some kind of flunky for this motherfucker. Oh. Yeah, I was just calling Wes Watson a bitch. This is Wes Watson's bitch. You a bitch's bitch. Like Outkast says, stupid ass bitch. Oh, dumb ass bitch. A bitch's bitch. This motherfucker is the bitch's bitch. If you was wondering what they was referring to.
of knockoff paparazzi, right? And Clinton Dye, right? He's an interesting character. He's very similar to the Les Watsons of the world, to the Troy Zankos of the world, a character that we used to cover here on the YouTube channel.
I don't know who that is. Let's have a little screenshot.
Getting gadooshed, right? But Clinton Dye, I have not really come up with a nickname yet.
Why is it always bald head dudes with beards right now? I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of these cats fit that. They got some sort of like prominently featured facial hair, and then they're bald and they're just covered in tats. And I like to lift weights. I like tattoos. I'm just pointing out the symptoms. I'm definitely not bald, but everybody can control that, so I ain't judging. But it's interesting that that aesthetic is so consistent You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the thing in Miami these days.
Considering he may be a secret lover of Wes Watson or just a best friend, I may call him Clinton Cream Pied or Pet Watson since he's getting brought around like a pet every single day. But before we do that, oh yeah, you already know what it is. Get ready because we're about to get into flow state.
Whoa,
so get
bro.
your popcorn
Whoa.
out or whatever you sip on and let's get this show on the road.
Little popcorn?
Fitness has been a part of my life. I have Michel here. Michel's from Chile.
Yes, sir.
And he came all the way over from Chile to the United States as an elite client with Wes Watson. And every single day now he shows up to the gym. He works out. He's here by invite, guys. Don't just show up, think you're going to be part of it.
You pulling Wes Watson's clients onto your show. This is crazy how much siphoning this dude is doing. The siphoning. Like, you know how they put the tube in the gas tank? He put the tube in the ass tank and just siphons. This motherfucker.
The crew and hang around Wes Watson and Michel and shit like that. It ain't happening. Like, you need to invest to be part of this crew, and you need to prove your worth and that you're not a liability in the group. Show up, invest, and you can be here. Michel, hit him with some shit on your experience here in Miami, and then working out, and you're newly into online coaching. Just hit them with kind of how your business is going and what you're doing.
No, I'm just gonna stop you there, okay? We
biting
don't want
is
to hear
crazy,
what
yo, on
clueless
the swag.
Michel is gonna say about his dumb bullshit coaching business, okay? Now you can understand why I have added Clinton Dye to the Alpha Male universe. Just one clip, literally like 50 seconds, and I already can't stand the guy. He is so insufferable. There's a reason why I think I'm calling him Clinton Cream Pied, because this guy rides and
bro.
raises Wes Cornball Watson so hard that I don't know why the cornball just didn't pay for his services rather than Gabby or Angie's, because the way he glazes this man is beyond understanding. What in the world is he talking about how, oh, you have to be invited to this friend group, you have to invest money in order to prove yourself as a man? What type of nonsense junk trash is coming out of this man's mouth? Now,
You know those dads like in the NBA that get famous for like being on the sideline for their sons, and you know if their sons are notable, I won't say no names, but you see how they act, and they act like they're one of their sons' peers as opposed to their father, because they want to get them clout points and like, you know, siphon off of that aura. This dude is that, but he's the stepdad. He ain't even the real dad. That's crazy, man. This is beyond fascinating. Now, this is my first exposure to this guy. He might be more interested in Wes Watson himself.
some information
On that
I've
mental
uncovered
bullshit.
about Clinton Dye, which blows my mind after learning this, is that the dude served in the Marine Corps during GWAT, okay? Like, this guy knows what it takes to be a hardworking, honorable man. But for some reason, he just threw away all of the values he learned from the Marine Corps and has decided to be a groupie for Wes Watson. Like, this guy has no excuses because he knows what the standard is. I know there's a lot of devil dogs and Marines, former Marines, or active serving Marines on the Boiii YouTube channel, but can you comment down below as to maybe what happened to him? Because what in the world would compel a man that already knows the standard but then rides a guy like Wes Watson who is not a real man? Like, that just blows my mind that the brain rot of Cornball is so powerful that it ruins people like this. Like, this guy is a shell of what an honorable man is. But let's just keep going on into the next clips because it just gets weirder and weirder.
People are not watching your content because you, sir or ma'am, suck. Period.
Hey, spitting all over the camera.
Welcome to the channel. My name is so and so. I'm Karen, the most.
Why you got such a nipple prominent camera angle, bro? Like, that shit's, come on, man. Come on, raise this shit up. I don't talk about motherfuckers who suck. Hey, you got this bullshit ass camera angle.
Person today on our live, we're gonna talk about this. Oh my!
Like, get
dear
your fucking
God.
titty out my face, dog.
Jump off the penthouse floor face first. No, we're not watching that shit. That is atrocious. Please do not do that. Open them up hard and aggressive for the first 15 seconds, then cool them down with some value-based content, move them out with a call to action. That's it. Make sure your shit's shareable.
All right, calm down, pepperoni nipples. Pepperoni belongs on pizza, not your chest. So calm down, okay? Now, this guy, we're not going to be buying your junk social media, blah, 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 influencer coaching program, right? It's such a lame grift that this guy's doing. Nowadays, right, people really want to understand how to make a successful YouTube channel, okay? But this guy, right, he's going to roast you saying that you don't have what it takes to be a, I don't know, whatever you want, right, on the platform. But this guy can't even get over 200 views on this YouTube video. Now, I don't want anybody to walk away from this video and be like, dang, Bubba's roasting like the really, really small channels. Hell to the no. I still remember that feeling when I got my first 100 views on my very first video. And honestly, that feeling is a lot better than how it felt when I got 100,000 views on a video. Okay, I understand how hard it is to make a successful YouTube channel. And you know what? I'm not even that great. I'm not even great at all, right? I have a small YouTube channel in the grand scheme of things, but I think I know a little about what to do right. And what this guy is doing is anything but the truth. This guy's a lame. This guy's a moron. He's not going to be able to help you. All he's going to help you is by removing your money from your wallet. Now,
off of his siphoned Wes Watson clout that he's getting straight from the ass tank. Side note, I love that it looks like I'm reacting with Jabba the Hutt. Like, we got a little fucking group fucking reaction going on here. A little collab with Jabba.
This clip may not be the biggest of deal to you, but these people just really bother me, and honestly, I think they need to be called out. If a grift is in the form of fitness, or the grift is in the form of theta healing from the bimbo Angie, or it's just social media coaching, it deserves to be called out.
These are the exact same steps that I use for every piece of content across every business that I grow. I scale businesses that actually make money.
What are they?
Understand that.
You need to give examples and back it up with some data, bro. It ain't that hard.
It's like, oh, he didn't really have anything to say. So that man was devaluing my expertise. And he's like, well, I can just look it up on the internet. I was like, that's not a great excuse, bro. It's like all the internet, all the information that's ever existed throughout all the time is entirely free somewhere on the internet. From every book to every technique, strategy, course, system, everything. If you wanted to self-educate yourself into being an engineer, you could. If you wanted to design and create a fission reactor, a nuclear reactor in your garage, it is entirely impossible and available for free on the internet.
Bro, you know how many watch lists you gonna get put on if you start looking up how to create a fission reactor at home in your fucking garage, let alone start acquiring the components that you need to create that fission and that. This motherfucker's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I get where he was going with that, but that's just funny, dude. That's just funny. Basically invalidating your whole process, saying, yeah, all this information is free on the internet. AKA these courses are worthless. You buy into these courses, man, you're at your own risk. I'm sorry. You get scammed by a motherfucker like this. That's your fault. You gonna trust this dude? You don't trust the what's the word? The prime version, let alone this, even though I use that, you know, it's kind of like those reploid types where like the one who's replicating is the prime, not meaning like Wes Watson prime. Fuck that dude. But this dude is the second-hand version. Shit. You gonna pay for second-hand smoke? Here. First was free, bitch.
Well, then why would anybody pay to go to college then? Why would anybody pay to have a plumbing service or any other piece of knowledge that exists on the internet? Why would you pay for a Netflix subscription, bro? You could download all those videos that are on Netflix for 100% for free.
At your own risk.
Why would you drive anywhere? You could walk for free everywhere. that argument is so.
This dude is so
baseless,
dumb,
and it's massively disrespectful on
so
the
damn
amount of
dumb.
time, energy, and resources, and my life force that it costs me to get good at understanding that expertise and then package it in a way that's
You know, out of all the alpha males we've uncovered while touring the alpha male universe here on the Boiii YouTube channel, I feel like Clinton Cream Pie is the one that takes the cake for the person that whines the most for someone else's money. This guy is such a lame. He really can't understand that the information or service he's providing, it's not really that special. It's not really that valuable. Like, I don't know why he's trying to claim that he's an expert. Bro is literally a failed YouTuber. Like, this guy is trying to be like Wes Watson. He hung around the cornball long enough so he thinks he's become him, and he tries to make all of his videos in the same style as Cornball Pegley Watson, but he's just not it, bro. Like, this guy is so dumb. There was so much wrong with what he had to say. It would probably take over an hour to really dissect every single last thing wrong with his argument, but basically, long story short, red herring, red herring, red herring. The guy brought up the most irrelevant stuff ever to try to bolster his argument. Bro, people go to college to legitimize their knowledge, okay? Sure, you could learn tons of information. Maybe you'll become an engineer, a lawyer by trade, right, with the information that you learn, but no one's gonna take you seriously when you go to a law firm or a firm that's hiring engineers, right? If you didn't go to an institution, everybody else is going there, so you need to as well. Do I think it's fair? Do I think it's the most effective, efficient system? Hell to the no, right?
That's another scam too, to be honest with you. You should be able to go directly to, you know, things that go for your trade, not have to go through all those other things that make you pay for in college, all the prerequisites that have nothing to do with your field. It's a scam. And the rates they charge, it's crazy. If you look at the tuition hikes and in the history of them and why they happened, it's fucking wild. It's fucking wild. They don't want an educated proletariat, so make college unaffordable except for the wealthy. Or put them in massive crippling debt. It's a fucking trade-off for the poor in the middle class.
I don't really think college is for everybody, and it really shouldn't be, right? I think there's tons of smart, successful people who are able to make something of themselves without college. But if you want to go that pathway, you need to legitimize yourself through the institution of university. And what was up with the whole building a nuclear reactor in your basement? Bro, dude, this guy's so dumb. I'm out. Hopefully this was a fun sampler of Clinton Dye, the cream pie, right? This guy's so dumb, and he has other videos that we could delve into. I really wanted to introduce him to your alpha male universe because this guy is weird. He's strange, and there's something really off-putting about this guy. So if you enjoyed the video, then be sure.
Oh, man. Clinton Dye, the cream pie. Oh, with Peg Watson. God damn, bro. You are the company you keep in so many ways. I'm here to like and subscribe for Mr. Bubba right there. Great video, man. Great video. Hell of an introduction to he said Les Watson. That's funny as fuck too. I tell you that he got the wannabe alpha stepdad swag, you know? Shit. It reminds me of those days when UFC started getting big and like Affliction and all them brands were big. I was never a fan of Affliction at all. I thought it was just a bad look, to be honest. It kind of told you who a motherfucker was instantly. But when you started seeing like dudes' dads wearing them, like you go to a fight and like someone's there with his pops and he's dressing like his son, yo, that's just hilarious. Especially, excuse me, when you knew that they didn't dress like that before. It's one thing if the son got the swag from the dad, and the swag naturally would fit the dad, right? You could tell when the motherfuckers on that try hard bullshit. And that shit is so damn funny to me. I can't express how damn funny that is to me. So right now, I'm going to show y'all a little bit of this New Age X, my group. We're going to hit you with a song called Philly's All-Stars off of our Great Disruption album we dropped, I want to say 2021. I have to look that up, though. No, that might be too old. Hold on. I'm going to give y'all the officials on it right now so you know. It's the latest drop from them. My hip-hop group and them. It's us, baby. It's us. Let's go. New Age X. Let me just double-check the year. Because I be working on music constantly. Let's see here. Show me the artist. Boom. And this is from... 2022. Time flies, baby. But I'm gonna take me a small chronic break, as they say. And while I do so, maybe y'all do the same and do so to the sounds of New Age X, baby. Philly's All-Star. Shout out to Phil Real. Shout out to The Truth. My man Wes. Need to get you back on the mic, baby. Just saying. Just saying. We made some good music. But here we go.
All those who are oriented to the universe feel related to basic reality as a subject to a king.
I ain't playing to my all-star team. It's that all-star dream. Cause we in a place now, just a raw dog scene. Got my hoodie and my gloves. I'ma make it no matter the weather. Keep it real, roll a Philly, the fatter the better. Every note is one up on your average letter. Playboy, got dreams, you after the cheddar. I'm trying to give a special thank you to every last composer. If you made it, then you paid your dues. Cause if you wouldn't have wrote it, someone else would try, but it couldn't work in a moment. Might have felt like you alone it. That's just time telling all. Ain't no way that you can clone it. And I never would have done it if I knew it'd be so hard. Never would have run it if I knew I couldn't jog. If I ever told you something, then it's coming from the heart. I promise to be the one who keeps it coming from the start. It's real.
From my chromosomes, most say it's nice, cause I leave a beat sliced like it's provolone. Overtones never overblown, but if you get it, then your dome is blown. Then you're going home, screaming, listen as you throw it on. Yeah, it's that raw crack, y'all with glass jaws. Bring it full effect and just smash y'all with brass balls. Heavy weighted when we're tipping the scale. Rip of the script, we got something different to tell. So it's time to smoke the Philly that Philip was rolling. I was watching as he did it, and he filled it with potent, so let your mind fly. Glide upon the beat and let your mind's eye. Find the proper speed, hit the zone. It gets a little different through the tones, but it's home. So we gon' express it with the pros, be a beacon. And we gon' keep on speaking to your soul with the frequency till we know you're getting what we've told.
I had a dream last night, but the memory of it broke up. Something like my childhood. Felt the sweat before I woke up. Now it's not only the Philly smoke, but chilly wind I soak up. Reminiscing about them cold days, got me feeling choked up. My main aim is for you to be affected by each and every line through your spine. It is respected. See, liars turn bias. It is not to be subjective. If I trip up or I fall, it is not to be perfected. You see, the music just living us. Baby says she want my love, so I give her lust. We too real, man. Y'all can't get rid of us. Y'all change each and every year. Y'all deciduous. Damn. See, every day I tell myself to make it to that next step. Slowly, though, it's not to break it. I cherish each moment given in this world is sacred. This is my heart on the track. It's never duplicated. Duplicated.
So they are on very, very humble terms in relation to whatever it is that works all this thing. But when you want to apply that image to the universe itself, to the very nature of life, it has limitations.
Yeah. New Age. X, baby. X, baby. Yes, sir. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to Alan Watts for the knowledge and the narration. If you ain't know about Alan Watts, baby, you need to dive into some of his contributions to humanity's intelligence perspective. He's a fascinating individual. And on that album, The Great Disruption, we have excerpts of him throughout the whole album, just, interlaced with themes that go along with the songs. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We love doing that on New Age X. We have it's one of the things we do, a little narration. We pick a profound speaker and we build a presentation around some of the excerpts, at our perspective. And then, we summon in that new age, and the X means it's undefined. So we trying to add a little definition, baby. Appreciate y'all listening. Had that little break, little upliftment, call it the elevation hour. You know what I'm saying? It was good timing. It's good timing because we got 2 videos left to cover today, and we're getting into some deep dives from some guys who like to uncover scams. And the first one comes from Spencer Cornelia, and this is this cat, Andy Elliott. I was going to say Elliott first. It's 2 first names, and I ain't talking shit because I got 3 first names. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's interesting. No, I know about this guy. I haven't seen Spencer Cornelia's video on him, but I've seen other videos. So this is not going to be like, oh, Clinton die, the cream pie. Bubba, you a fool for that, man. You a fool. Shout out to Bubba. That was hilarious. But this guy is equally trippy and fascinating on that sense is from a psychological perspective. Because how do you get like this, man? You're overcompensating so hard. What happened growing up, dog? What happened growing up? What are you covering for? So, we getting into this Andy Elliott video. And my man, Spencer Cornelia, with the deep dive into the scam. Here we go.
What do you know? That's like jammies. Take your shirt off.
Okay, I subjectively edited that one, but you can see today's subject cares a little too much about men's appearances. Meet Andy Elliott, the Wolf of Main Street, or as I like to call him, Timu Jordan Belfort. Slick salesmanship, coke rants, sleeping with coworkers, and shady backroom dealings. He's done it all. Poor
Damn,
Andy
son.
got a tiny fraction of the money Jordan got, though, and had to snitch on his bosses to the FBI in order to avoid prison time.
The Wolf of Wall Street. You're not, bro. That's crazy comparison. That's funny because the real Wolf of Wall Street guy, I watched some of his channel. He's a trip. Leonardo DiCaprio did a cool job, like with making a character for that. But I don't know if you could capture this dude accurately.
Court documents reveal a laundry list of crimes committed and some naughty emails sent to a female superior. Let's dig in.
You don't want to look like you look right now, do you? Okay, then fucking change it.
Andy is a sales and success trainer who uses interesting methods to teach.
Shave your head so fucking fast. I would shave his face. I'd fucking throw a tan on his ass. I'd be...
Just trying to make a clone of him, bro. You see that shit? These motherfuckers become self-obsessed. And what is it with the shaved head? Although he ain't doing the beard thing, but what's this shaved head shit, dog?
Running them fucking 5 miles a day.
You may have noticed that Andy's trainee next to him on stage was shirtless. We'll get to that later, but the real story begins with the 3 co-owners of the Big Red dealerships in Oklahoma City, Alpha Andy's unscrupulous bosses. Former Norman car dealership owner Chris Mays was sentenced to serve nearly 11 years in federal
11
prison.
years?
These charges include...
I didn't know it was 11 years. I just knew Cat's got time because this dude was snitching based off of his tactics that he was using and his team was using. 11
wire
years.
fraud, conspiracy, issuing forged securities, aggravated identity theft, and obstruction of justice. U.S. Attorney Robert J. Truster announced this sentence and also stated that May's co-defendants, Charles Gooch and Courtney Wells, will be sentenced in the coming week.
I'm sorry. Ah, your name is Charles Gooch. Goddamn, dog. Goddamn, dog.
We have Chris Mays, the primary owner and ringleader. Charles Gooch, responsible for my favorite case title of all time, United States vs. Gooch. And Courtney Wells, financial controller and naughty coworker. She's on the run in Mexico, married, and doing the nasty with Alpha Andy. Andy claims he didn't send these emails, but if not him, who did?
I want to be the craziest son of a bitch that ever lived. I want to be the guy, and it says he told the truth.
Meet me upstairs after the girls all leave. Your effing P felt so good yesterday, I've got to give my thick C to you again. I want you on your knees, mouth wide open when I walk in so I can slide my C down your T. I have a huge load of C ready for your nasty little mouth after I rail the F out of your tight little pink P. Text me on the CL phone when it's clear and be undressed.
Somehow, this guy strokes his ego and himself at the same time. Like that's my thick. Oh man, he's trying to convince himself even when he's texting a chick. That's so damn fucking funny. That's so damn funny, dog. Look at that face. Bust it right now. Fuck these guys, man. I don't know how you get like this. I don't know how you get like this. Glad I'm not like this. If I, please tell me if I'm on some bullshit, please.
Dressed on your knees. This isn't the only time Andy has been explicit about his sex life.
By the way, if you're married and you're watching this, I'm just telling you, dude, we have sex every single day.
Since his current wife works for him, maybe he's always had the boss coworker fetish. Courtney replies, dude, don't hit me up on the company email. I'll for sure let you know when it's clear. My so sore.
Don't hit me up on the company email, and then proceeds to continue the conversation she said we shouldn't be having on the company email. What the fuck? How did you get hired? How are any of these people in positions like that? There's so many idiots in powerful positions and positions to make money. It's baffling. Idiots.
From yesterday, you effed the S out of me. Did you like the pic I sent you of my red swollen pee? And get ready, I'm going to try and S every drop of that load. While certainly entertaining, dirty company emails aren't a crime as long as they're consensual. What is sketchy, though, is doing under-the-table cash deals and sleeping with minors. Courtney writes to Andy, don't get caught taking money from these
Like word of advice, don't shit where you eat, man. Like real talk, I've seen that lead to so many problems. Luckily not for me at a workplace, but I've seen it lead to a lot of problems. And, you know, I used to work in restaurants, so there's a lot of that. And knock on wood, you know, well, it's been a long time. I don't think it was, you know, luckily any interactions I had just never led to that kind of bullshit, you know, but I quit while I was ahead. And so trust me when I say this, don't shit where you eat. And then if you are, don't talk about it on the company email. That's two dumb moves, man. That's two. You got one left for you ass out. Strike out, man. Come on.
Wholesalers. He's for sure not paying attention to anything and hasn't since Lindsay F those high school boys. Make sure it always runs a profit and a couple $100 per car to us and Cat.
Wait. Don't get caught taking money from these wholesalers. He's for sure not paying attention to anything and hasn't since Lindsay fucked those high school boys. Make sure it always runs a profit and a couple of $100 per car to us in cash only. Whoa. I work at cannabis. They be having schemes like this going on a lot, and you see like some news articles and shit like that are out and about about Arizona cannabis and schemes at the top, the old Harvest crew and the like.
Cash only from these wholesalers is perfect. Be smart and don't get greedy. Andy replies, I got this. You stress way too much over nothing. I got these guys right where I want them. They bring us cash every week, and I promise the boss man will never find out. I've got him sold on these guys are all straight and would never give us cash under the table. He suspects nothing. Now relax and let daddy do his job. Court documents detail the full story as
on the company email. They weren't just talking about fucking on the company email. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me look at these emails because, I mean, graphics is graphics, but yo, that's the same email, right? Hold on. Y'all are dumb. Hold on, where's the one from when they was talking about, oh yeah, it's the same email. She said, don't hit me up about fucking, and then proceeded to talk about their fucking work scam on the same goddamn email. Oh, and then said let daddy do his job. These motherfuckers are remedial.
Give us cash under the table. He suspects nothing. Now relax and let daddy do his job. Court documents detail the full story as Andy lets it all fly under the safety of immunity. Some of his YouTube videos have funny quotes knowing his backstory.
You're an idiot. Fine. Stay down. Drowned. Go ahead, drown, but stop bitching and quit telling everybody you want a better life. Because you're a liar.
Getting humiliated while shirtless will likely require that some of these guys see a therapist. Thanks to today's sponsor, BetterHelp, we all can have access to a therapist who can provide us with helpful, unbiased advice if our mental health is suffering. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained in the support system while you're in
I got
need.
caught reading the text.
3,000
No,
is
doing
challenging.
this. That was like the end. Yep.
Therapy. So let's see what crimes he is not being prosecuted for, aka the stuff the FBI let him off the hook for. According to the first paragraph, what do you get out of this agreement with the United States? To not be prosecuted as long as I tell the truth. Alright, and so the first paragraph, you won't be prosecuted by our office for bank fraud, false statements to banks, wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, or any other violations associated with that stuff. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Andy loves to brag about how much money he made selling cars.
Unbelievable.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Andy Elliott. Check this out. This will be the one and only, the final time that I show you guys a 1 month paycheck stub. This is going to be from the month of January. This is Elliott Ghetto Productions here. My record month selling cars was $715,000, and I'm going to tell you this. My record for...
It's crazy that there's not even like a gag order on this shit. That he can just be out here saying this when he fucking sold everybody up the river. It's public record. This goes to show no one does their homework. People don't look into who they're dealing with. They don't at all. People don't look into things at all for the most part.
for selling cars in the U.S. is $716,000. That was my highest year to date. And that was selling cars, not being a manager, not being a GM, but selling cars, and then making $2 million as being a GM.
But when we look under the hood, we can see where
Bet, take my money. What are you selling? Take it. Just off of that alone. Off of the full on, trust me, bro. And not even asking if there's more to the story, not looking it up. You can look it up.
the
Look
money
it
came
up.
from. Andy and the Big Red team had a crafty system they used to deceive the banks into letting them sell to unqualified buyers. We brought in a lot of bad credit customers. These people came in. A lot of these people have shopped around at different companies. They've tried to purchase vehicles. A lot of them could not all the way purchase because of something. Maybe they had an open trade-in. Maybe they didn't make enough money. Maybe they didn't have a down payment. And at Big Red, we could just really fill in the dots with whatever they needed to make that deal happen. How did you fill in the dots? By inflating income on customers who didn't make income. You know, just basically you could change a credit app to whatever you needed it to fit as long as the bank didn't ask for proof of that. Fake down payments daily. If the bank approval would come back at like $1,500 down, and let's say your
Fraud daily. My record month, though.
customer did not have any money down, well, we would still put $1,500 on the contract. And basically, we could still sell that customer a car, and then in the finance office, we would just give them a receipt showing that they gave us $1,500 down, make a copy of it, put it in the deal, the loan will fund. And we would put it in the back screen on every deal, King Cash, and that means that it was just fake money. It didn't exist. The customers never gave it to us. King Cash sounds like a 70s street pimp, so we're not too far off. This here is a clear-cut case of bank fraud.
Hey, shout out to my homeboy, Swamp Tiger, as he goes by now, a.k.a. old 6 Omega. He's a former MC colleague of mine, and he has a song where he creates a character called Cash is King. It's so dope. It's such a dope song. I don't think it's out there. I wish it was. I got a copy of it from back in the day. Cash is King is a character's fire name.
Fraud. How much cash down we needed to get the loan done, and then they would give us an approval. And then if the customer didn't have that amount of money, we would just put the difference down that we needed as like a pawn. But we wouldn't tell the bank it was a pawn. We would tell the bank it was cash down. Operating a fake pawn shop only works on Pawn Stars. In real life, it gets you a ticket to prison. This fraudulent system allowed them to give the appearance that they were highly successful. Why did you use King Cash? Well, if somebody didn't have money down and the bank required them to have money down, it was just not a deal. We would have to let the customer leave. So if we put it down on the contract that they did have money down, then they bought a car. So it was how we picked up the market share. Where other stores couldn't sell these customers, we could. Right, so your market share was based on lies? Yeah.
I got 100 employees in my...
And then you gonna trust him when he grabs a microphone, starts chopping it up, and his golden goose fucking kicks right in front of you with his Daisy Dukes. Surprised the motherfucker's wearing his shirt.
My company, I don't have one person making less than 6 figures. My whole team's getting their dream. Your goal is to make sure anybody that rolls with you gets their dream too.
Just generically say again what PAC means. It's just to offset the compensation to the salesperson. So they add money on top of the cost of a vehicle so that the salesperson don't get paid off of it. It's basically just an additional reserve to the dealer. Not so team friendly, it seems, Andy.
God damn, right? Bro.
So she moved back.
Scamming the people you got, scamming the people. Wow.
She got a divorce and we started a relationship again. And I would go and I would do Bible study with her on Saturday mornings. So I think you said this was when you went to Norman Mitsubishi in January 2016. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Okay, and when you say you started a relationship, what kind of relationship? Like, we're friends again, and then we would go, and she's like, hey, I'm a Christian. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I got saved in 2011. We started talking, and we just were like, we want to try to be better people. We would go and do Bible study on Saturday morning.
Number one, people don't like the truth anymore.
Well...
Wait, is he talking about the chick that he was banging out? What the fuck? That was his answer.
The truth is, Andy had ulterior motives. I think you told the FBI agent that during that interview that Andy kept coming back to you time and time again to get you to agree to take money from him and to approve loans for Norman Yamaha, right? Yes. I think he described you or told you, gosh, I know you work hard, Donna, and I know that you don't get paid very much. And he told you that he could help you if you would help him, right? Yes. Sure, Andy, I'm sure you're trying to be a better person.
God damn.
Looks like we've got the good old scam in the name of religion going on here. Check your bingo cards.
That's crazy.
So I was trying to
so what the
brainwash
chick's
her
banging?
to believe that no matter what pressure she was under, gun to the head, that she didn't take any money. And Chris had assured me that there was no way they could. I mean, I never gave her the money out of my bank account, so the money that was given from Courtney out of accounting by Chris's permission, and he said that he could hide traces where they couldn't find that money. And that's why we believe no cash trace. Then she just had to stick to her word. Andy is quite sharp, prepping his team to advance for FBI questioning to avoid the dreaded prisoner's dilemma.
I'm going to tell you this, my entire company, my entire team, if you don't have a six-pack, you don't work for us.
Oh, Andy, we know the real reason you fired employees, and it wasn't because they chose the burger over the salad. Someone else comes in, and I was talking about ethical. They're not going to sell their standards for money. Then they're like, this is messed up, this isn't right. And then we're like, we need this person out of here because we're going to get in trouble or he's going to rat us out. So did they get fired or what happened to them? How did they leave? We would either just fire them or we would just run them off. How did you run them off? Just probably treating them bad? Removing all
Just
ethical
probably
employees
treating
sounds like
them
a
bad.
Bond villain.
We went ahead and me and my wife decided, because we wanted to start a family, we wanted to move out of Oklahoma and go down to Lake Texoma.
Baller Busters has posted a clip of someone saying no one in Oklahoma wanted to do business with him after the dealership situation, and likely because they didn't trust him. This podcast was an opportunity, to be honest, but that doesn't appear to be something he knows how to do.
That's crazy.
Take your shirt off for a minute.
Andy has a fetish for seeing his sales trainees
Such a
take
bullshit.
their shirt off on stage, as supposedly this exercise best evaluates someone's potential sales performance.
Take your shirt off for a second. Take your shirt off. If you are smart here, and there's another guy next to you, he's smart here and he's fit, he's going to destroy you and he's going to recruit your whole team. Steve, take your shirt off.
Andy loves shirtless men and thinks it's the most important metric for becoming a great salesman.
I'm going to tell you this, my entire company, my entire team, if you don't have a six-pack, you don't work for us.
I'm a boss who fires anyone without six-pack.
What is this guy hopped up on, yo? This dude's, you know what I'm saying? If you have a six-pack, take your shirt off. Like, this dude's on some shit, and it ain't just enhancers, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Cabs, I have high standards.
Got it.
If you get hired on in our
Yeah.
company, you got a certain amount of time to get your body in shape. Or it just shows me you don't care, Elliott said. I mean, I've got one, a six-pack. 90% of my team has one. And you know, if I say get a six-pack, my team understands what I mean. What isn't shown is his hiring process, where a majority of the interview is done inside a private room where the candidate rips off their shirt. If you want a job at the pool clubs here in Vegas, you legitimately do have your interview with your clothes off. So maybe Alpha Andy is trying to emulate the day clubs here and have his own team of pool boys. If you're wanting to earn 7, 8, 9 plus figures a year, this is the right mastermind for you. If the only requirement is having a six-pack and an incessant desire to take your shirt off in front of Andy, then I'll recruit the Thunder from Down Under boys and get a 20% management fee. The easy
Is he teaching you to scam? Is he on that tip? Where foreshadowing, is he teaching you the system he used like Andrew Tate with his online pimping? Man.
The easiest way to 7 figures is by hosting masterminds. He has a mastermind called The Brotherhood, aka Andy's new best friend, where you pay a one-time membership fee of $75,000, then just $1,600 a month. Becoming friends with Sydney Sweeney and having her personal phone number might be worth $75 grand, but for shirtless Andy, I'm not so sure.
$1,600 every month?
The guys at the dealership where I worked, so I was in the automotive industry and I switched over. I remember a couple of them coming over to my house and telling me, like, just like this, like, we can't wait to watch you fail.
Andy was telling a story about the
How does he even believe it? Motherfuckers you talk that are never telling the truth.
time in his life where he needed to transition to something else after auto sales.
You literally quit your job. You're going broke. You're telling your family you can go do something you know you can't do. You don't even have a social media account. Like, wake up, man.
His close friends were jabbing him for potentially going broke, but he claims to have been making high 6 figures to 7 figures per year in rural Oklahoma at this time. I've never been to Oklahoma, but I know it would be nearly impossible going broke making $700,000 a year in this city. Maybe I'm looking too much into that interview clip, but I'm skeptical he was as successful as he claims he was, and considering his success persona was built on committing bank fraud, I'm even more skeptical.
If you go to a Starbucks
Serious.
right now and somebody was taking a survey, what do you think about car salesmen? People would say robbers, cheats, thieves, and liars. Question is, what would they say after they met you?
Yes, Andy, congrats. You proved them right. In a way, it's sad. Andy wasn't even the ringleader. There won't be a movie made about his life, but maybe one day you can buy his action figure, Alpha Andy, on Alibaba. Thanks for watching.
Andrew Tate is a grifter, alleged human trafficker, and unfortunately, and this is true,
Coffee, chill, bro. Chill. I know you want to roll, bro. Ain't your turn yet, brother. Ain't your turn yet. Damn. Man, threw off my whole flow. That shit's wild, but yeah, and isn't that a trip? Dude gets caught up by the feds. It's documented. You can go. He had the documents. You can go read the documents. He is telling on himself, self-snitching for self-preservation. And then he's coming out bragging about the numbers he was doing while he was scamming, bro. Acting like he was just that nice. Like, I'm the Jordan of car salesman. If you were making $700 grand a month in car sales, why the fuck would you stop selling cars, dog? Why would you leave that location? None of it makes sense. You got to ask these questions, but people don't ask no damn questions. If somebody told me that, and they said they used to do this, and they were making this much then, and now they're doing this. It's like, yo, are you making millions a month now? What are you doing? And then if they're scamming, they're scamming. Scammers gonna scam. They ain't got no other skill sets. If he was good at sales, none of that shit wouldn't have been necessary from him or his team, bro. It's like Elon talking about he wants to save people money and help the American citizen, everyday American, with what's going on. This dude could end homelessness and still be a billionaire. And if he wanted to help, he'd have been doing it. We're gonna have an Elon video coming up. Some deep dives into SpaceX and Tesla and how he weaseled his way into those companies and how his first companies went down. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. But anyway, on to the next scam. This is the most infamous one here. It's going to be Sir Andrew Tate from the UK. Tate boys. He don't talk like that, but I just said to throw that in there. But we're going into CoffeeZilla, who was raring to go. And just jumped the gun a little bit here, but we're in this video now and get into another infamous scammer and see what CoffeeZilla uncovered. Shout out to Spencer Cornelia, man, and CoffeeZilla. You guys do hellacious research, man. I really enjoy y'all work.
Andrew Tate is a grifter, alleged human trafficker, and unfortunately, and this is true, a CoffeeZilla fan.
CoffeeZilla, who I actually kind of respected and thought had a brain.
That is until I investigated him. Now he's having a meltdown and doesn't like me anymore.
This is my statement to you, CoffeeZilla. You're a
that face, bro. Like, I feel like if you ever intrigued by it, watch him on mute. Watch him on mute. Let's do that real quick. Let's watch him on mute. And we'll roll back. But before you know what he's saying, just watch him on mute. Look at the body language. Does this look like a serious person? That had pro wrestler vibes. Like I'm cutting a promo, son. Ultimate Warrior. All right, back to the volume, but I'm saying, do that. That's a good exercise right there.
This is my statement to you, CoffeeZilla. You're a nobody's scared of your investigation. I don't give a about your video. I don't respect your journalism.
Yes. The normal
wrestling promo. Boom.
Reaction for people who don't care. Melting down on Twitter about how not worried you are. We'll come to Tate's mental breakdown in a moment, but you should know this isn't Tate and I's first run-in. He didn't like it when I exposed his get-rich-quick scheme over a year ago, but this time Tate stepped into my territory. Said he was going to launch a crypto coin. So I immediately pointed out that over a year ago, Tate said that he didn't need to rob his fans. He wasn't going to launch a coin. Tate replied, imagine being such a great detective you can't detect a joke. Now, I'll admit that one stung a little bit. And when I did some research, I realized I had been tricked.
Are you going to launch your own crypto? No. I'm never going to launch a crypto. I just like to with crypto Twitter. Because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero.
Well, there you have it. I mean,
that's
I
not
I
wrong.
admit when I'm wrong. Clearly,
it's
it
not
was a
wrong,
joke. Tate
but
never
it's crazy
actually
we're back
scammed
on
people
that.
With a coin. Oh,
see?
Turns out he did multiple times, and now is planning to launch a coin if you stay subscribed to the Quick Scheme. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to investigate it, but first we have to catch up with the Tate brothers. What have they been up to besides getting arrested? Most people know the Tates from clips talking about the Matrix.
I have a real question. Are any of these coins not scams? These meme coins I'm talking about? I've seen all of them be pump and dumps. Literally all of them. So when somebody announces one, how are their fans still dumb enough to jump in? It's time and time and time and time and time again. I'm telling you, people don't look into shit at all. There is so much information about crypto scams and pump and dump schemes available to you within seconds of you getting curious, but you don't get curious. Come on, peoples. It's hard for me to say you deserve it because no one deserves this shit, but you're doing it to yourself. I'm going to say it like that. You're largely doing it to yourself if you're not looking into shit.
Politics and feminism, but the two brothers have made almost all their money from something else. According to Tate, the way they got rich was webcams. Taking advantage of lonely men, they bragged about it.
And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just pure, just famoosers. We were taking their money, all of it.
Think about this, right? What he just said. The girls were the visual, but the mental stimulation came from you and the boys. There's not a big enough pause button in this world for that, bro. That's crazy. Like, you were talking dudes to climax, my man. Pause. That's wild. You just said that. You just said that. And you were smiling about it and acting like you were getting there. Bro, basically, they had a visual, but there also was half and half. Well, half that money went to the visual. The other half went to you for bringing them to climax, bro. Even though you scammed and probably took most of that money and gave the girls a little bit, which, you know, I think that is the case. Damn, dog, that's a crazy thing to say. And out of all these scammers, I think Andrew Tate is the one that I've heard say he's the most conflicting, because I hear him say things where it's like, oh, that makes sense, and he'll go right against it and be a biggest contradiction. Dude is, I don't know if he's internally conflicted or he just knows what the fuck to say or what. But goddamn, he's a trip. He's a trip. He says some shit. I'm like, that's right. And then the other shit, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro?
And then they broke into male empowerment.
His brother too.
Ironic, teaching
His
dating.
brother, man, talking about him and young girls. You should go listen to him talk about hooking up with young underage chicks. It's a fucking trip. It's a trip. It's a, like, I don't like it.
Manliness, and of course,
It's kind of
money.
psycho.
You could join Hustlers University for $49 a month,
Man,
where the
it's-
best hustle was students reselling the course to their friends, which actually got the Tates quite popular because they encouraged the students to
I see what
post
you're
their
doing.
videos everywhere. But with that popularity came scrutiny, as old clips of the webcam business started surfacing, and not everyone found it as funny as Andrew did.
PhD is a pimp and hose degree that I'm.
Yeah, that didn't age
dun-up.
really that well. Now, eventually, Romanian courts charged the Tate brothers with human trafficking. And although the Tates deny these claims, the PhD course almost perfectly describes the lover boy method, which is a type of human trafficking. Most of the Tate's fans aren't even aware of these allegations because the Tate brothers have become experts at what I like to call the rebrand. This is where you completely 180 on a topic and pretend you never changed your mind. And this will be important later when we come to crypto. But watch for a second how Andrew Tate, a guy who made his money running
Motherfuckers
webcams,
stay doing
now
that.
talks about the entertainment business while wearing a turtleneck.
Let's accept pornography is bad for a society. Let's accept that to be a fact.
It is
And
a
it is
fact.
true. Okay,
Yeah.
why are they trying to destroy the society? Who are these people? What is their end goal? Is their end goal the of children? Is their end goal 12-year-olds to sit there and watch and want to have sex?
I mean, the balls to say, what are they up to? What do you think their goal is? Bro, you are they. If there was a cabal, you're part of it. You admit to making millions of dollars, making the kind of stuff you're now claiming is ruining the youth. That
Exactly. That's just crazy. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. He goes right against what he says, or his past contradicts it. Majorly. Not just like, oh, I've grown. No, motherfucker, you had a fucking empire based off of the thing. Like, you're rich because of the thing you're railing against right now.
That is the skill that Tate has honestly
Get the money
mastered,
back then.
And we're going to watch them use that with crypto as well. Either way, though, these criminal charges have put a lot of pressure on the Tate brothers, who've had cars, cash, and computers seized. And amidst all of that, crypto has become much more interesting to them. Not that the Tates are new to crypto, of course, but they've sort of fully embraced the crypto meme coin grift. And
Have y'all noticed that these meme coin grifts happen when somebody's like in trouble or on the downturn and they get desperate and they need like a haul, a windfall real fast, so they just scam their fans? That's how despicable these motherfuckers are.
just like with the webcams, they do a bit of a rebrand.
My problem with crypto is that it instigated a culture which I didn't like. I didn't like the crypto culture as a whole because the culture was based on getting in early, which, I mean, I guess you could argue is a skill, but to a degree is luck. Gambling, rug pulls, staying anon, hiding like a little coward in a hole, like a little bitch, and just being a degen, laughing about how you're a Once I decided I was going to fix it, I decided I had to come up with an idea that allowed people to make money from the things they should make money from, which is hard work.
There it is. The Tates are here to fix crypto. It used to be full of scams, rug pulls, and anons.
Didn't
before
make a
Andrew
dime
Tate
off
got
of hard
involved.
work.
But now, everything...
You talk dudes to climax and you saying you're trying to get dudes to work harder. You got them to work harder. You work while it was harder. Pause, motherfucker.
Things about to change. So we're going to look at the coins that Andrew and his brother promoted. See what kind of fixing they got up to. Starting with Roost. Honestly, this is your textbook Ponzi coin, exactly the type of thing Tate would call a scam a year ago. But now, he and his brother heavily promoted it over multiple videos. They even had flyers in their videos. And of course, during the promotion, the price did well. But when it was over, Roost is now down over 90%. Not only that,
90%.
Roost's treasury wallet got hacked. So the community literally got scammed. And to make it worse, the guy who got hacked was anonymous. So remind me what Andrew Tate doesn't like about crypto again?
Gambling, rug pulls, staying anon, hiding like a little coward in a hole, like a little
Oh, the same thing he promoted. But of course, Tate claims that he doesn't hold coins, he doesn't endorse coins, and he makes zero money. That is until other crypto promoters got tired of his grift and called him out for doing the same paid promotions they were doing.
Hold on. LOL, actually not true. We were both paid by same coins that we endorsed a while back. He got close to $1 million check to shill them. Oh, $1 million in a check. I got you. He got close to $1 million check to shill him. But I'm not here to start ish. Wow. They're all lying. I'm telling you, man. It's just words, and they just gotta say them. They don't gotta mean them.
But you don't have to believe that guy. You can also look at the time Tate got exposed for trying to get Barron Trump to let him buy Donald Trump tokens at a lower price. In exchange, he'd pump it. So much for not owning coins, I guess. That was brought to my attention by Zach XBT, who also pointed out that Tate promoted something called Venom blockchain. His brother talked about it on a live stream.
Bitcoin, ETH, exciting stuff like Venom Network.
And of course, that price is down as well. Tate also promoted F Madonna token. And of course, that ended badly too. This stuff is such garbage. Here's another one of Tate's coins, which is down over 90% as well. Or you can look at this coin, Daddy token. You know, which makes sense given that Tate is sick of crypto being infantile, childish, and...
All these motherfuckers call themselves daddy. Like last one, let daddy do his work. Daddy coin. Fuck. Get the hell. And this motherfucker ball too. Hold on. I didn't even realize this. All of them today, shaved heads. Prominent facial hair. Except for Elliott Page, who makes it a point to shave his facial hair. Probably trying to stand out. Whatever his deal is. But it shows jawline. You know what I'm saying? The fucking neck vein in the jawline. But they're all bald headed. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. We're connecting dots. No pun intended.
Degenerate. And that's just the start of it. That's just the sludge you have to walk through to get to the main token. The main project Tate keeps promising, which is real world token. All of those others, if you want to believe Tate, were just promotions. Tate claims that this is the coin he's actually behind. And it's tied to his paid course. It used to be called Hustlers University. Now it's called The Real World. Now, this has always kind of been the biggest part of Tate's businesses, this get-rich-quick scheme. But the problem with monthly subscriptions is, of course, that people drop out. They leave. And so the Tates have always tried tactics to get people to stay. Like they've said, Hustlers University was closing. It's almost full.
We do have a cap, so anyone who quits or leaves at any time, if the cap is reached while you're not subscribed, you're not getting in. Don't give a shit. That's it. We're closing. We're closing.
But now the new angle is this real-world token. Tate is promising a crypto airdrop to people who subscribe and stay subscribed to his monthly get-rich-quick course.
This is also very important for you people who think you can join for a month and quit the real world and just go back to being a nobody. No. You have to stay inside to increase your rank, to get your power level. Because if you quit and then you rejoin, you lose all your power points. So why would you lose all your power points?
What the fuck is a PowerPoint, dog? That sounds like some Mario Smash Bros shit. Get your PowerPoints, man. What the fuck? Like, remember old video games, how up in the top left corner, they would have, like, the score running up, you would jump on something, little 100 would jump up off of them or something, but they didn't mean shit? Them points never meant shit. PowerPoints.
Save $49. It doesn't even make sense.
And PowerPoint is Microsoft, dog. PowerPoint, Jesus Christ. So unoriginal, man.
Okay, so Tate's new plan is that you buy a get-rich-quick course, gain PowerPoints, you have to stay subscribed to keep your PowerPoints, and then they say they will pay you a percentage that their school makes.
The goal is that you can buy the token and own a percentage of the school. So imagine you sign up for the real world, you start to make money, you focus on your tasks, then you can invest that money in the real world token and get paid every single month a monthly dividend from the profits of the school.
All right. I think I get it. So you got the people at the bottom. They're paying up into the course, the school. And you got the people higher with higher power levels. They're making money from people at the bottom with the coin. And then all that money flows up. It's just kind of this nice little pyramid.
Patrick Bet David vibes. Matter of fact, speaking of Patrick Bet David and his PHP, I got hit up on LinkedIn by a PHP person. Talking about they're looking for leadership in the area. I have nothing that has to do with insurance on my resume. You want me in leadership? Okay, that makes sense. It's Patrick helping Patrick people. That PHP, man, MLMs, yo. People that get involved with that, it's a trip. I had some friends that were really involved. I went with them to an event one time to see what it was about. I didn't know shit about MLMs at the time, but I wasn't like diving in. And they kind of got mad at me for it. I ain't gonna lie. But I went to an event and it was like being at a cult meeting. And I did not like that shit. I was not drinking the Kool-Aid. And I saw a lot of people drunk off of that shit.
Pyramid scheme. Come to think of it, it is a little surprising that Tate claims to be working hand in hand with the SEC on this.
I am working with the SEC so that the real world token can be launched as a security.
Now, maybe that is all true, but maybe Tate actually has another plan.
SEC, come from me. I'm in Romania. There ain't no SEC in Romania. We're scammers. We're out here doing what we want. I'm gonna pump a coin up, make 10M, peel it off.
Well, I'll be honest, that could be it too. Now at this point,
Jesus.
I had significant evidence of Tate lying about crypto endorsements, not profiting, and using his followers as a piggy
I need Bruce Rivers. That was some self-snitching right there. Massive.
bank to pump crypto. So I figured now is the perfect time to approach Tate and get his response for comment, his side of the story. So I emailed him and his brother a list of questions about several meme coins they promoted, as well as the real world token.
That's
But
what he
instead
did.
of replying, Tate leaked my...
Run it back. I gotta see what that said. I need to know the document, the details of the document. Oh, damn it. All right, here we go. Hey, Andrew, I'm reaching out for comments as I have a story about your crypto endorsements coming out. Please respond in 48 hours to ensure I can get your answer in the video for context. Last year, you said you do not endorse shit coins. You've also claimed you do not have anything to do with any crypto. What changed? How much were you and your brother paid to promote / talk about Roost Coin? Are you aware that Roost Coin and the Roost Coin you and your brother promoted has been hacked to the detriment of holders? How much were you and your brother paid to promote / talk about Venom blockchain? How much were you paid to talk about F Modana? Oh, those are all the ones he said earlier, and then the Daddy Coin, RNT, the SEC. There is no SEC in the damn. He hit him with the receipts. That's why CoffeeZilla's CoffeeZilla, baby. He's sipping that coffee, staying the fuck up. Staying focused.
So I emailed him and his brother a list of questions about several meme coins they promoted, as well as the real world token. But instead of replying, Tate leaked my email address online and sent his war room after me, told them to email me that I'm gay. He even offered to pay money if they could prove they did it.
For every single person who can show me they have emailed CoffeeZilla and called him gay, I will buy Daddy.
Well, that escalated quickly. So
part of the promo, cutting that promo. Go to pro wrestling, bro. Andrew, you could play a whole scammer character as a pro wrestler. That could be your whole deal. Where you scam wrestlers out, you scam your way into title shots and shit like that, and you cut the best promos ever, bro. That's all you need is mouthpiece in wrestling, dog. You could cut, you could chop it, you could gift the gab. You do have that. I do got to give it to you because you can bullshit with the best of them. You need to be in pro wrestling, dog.
Let me just see if I get the plan right here. The plan is dislike and call someone gay, so the alpha male you like buys daddy coins for you. Got it. 800 emails later, a word cloud of Tate's war room will give you a sense of who these guys are. But I'll also share this email I got. It's not personal, Coffee Breaks. I really want Andrew to raise the price of daddy's coin. And he says he's going to pump money into the coin. Trust me, it's nothing personal, but I bought a lot of the coin, and I have to do this, so please forgive me. I mean, you can almost smell the desperation. Get rich quick by hurling slurs at a journalist. But
desperate idiots.
Absurdity aside, I have to say this is disgusting. It's not normal to be mocking people based on internal characteristics. And even though I have thick skin, I will admit, some of it got to me. Specifically, Tate called me a DNG, a dork, nerd, geek. I'll admit, he hit a nerve here. Now, before I get 800 emails about being a nerd, I'll tell you, the reason I'm annoyed...
What kind of fucking 90s high school movie bully is this dude? Do you hear how he talks? Dork, nerd, geek, fucking dork. Call him gay. Fuck. How? How are you a human?
It may not be what you think. Sure, I might use word clouds from time to time, but I just couldn't believe who it was coming from. These two guys, I've seen their live streams, and I gotta say, the Tates give me real competition in the dork, nerd, geek department.
You can join the council via the courses tab. Then, of course, we will have
The music, though.
rooks, bishops, knights. You will all get a base allocation. This means that if you're a knight, you should work as hard as possible to become...
Uses chess references talking about a dork, nerd, geek, bro. I mean, chess is a hell of a game. But it is associated with a certain type of person, although a lot of different types of people play it. Just saying, dog. Come on. This music is killing me.
To work as hard as possible to become a rook. To work as hard as possible to become a king. Because you know, the day this imaginary project comes true, you will be rewarded for all of that hard work in cold, hard cash.
Okay. Let me start by saying there's nothing
Wrestling
wrong
promo.
with being a geek or a nerd. But anyone who has a council to join, entitles people bishops, rooks, and knights, loses the right to the pejorative. Newsflash, the Tate brothers are nerds. They're nerds on steroids for legal...
And I used to be a wrestling nerd. I'm telling you, I got it right here. You need to team up. Ted DiBiase. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is. But if he is, team up with him. Get the endorsement of the $1 Million Man. You're the natural progression, dog. I'm telling you. Get that $1 Million belt out, too. You can just roll out to every match in a fucking Bugatti or some shit. I'm telling you, man. Let me design the characters. Give me a... I don't know if I'll be associated with you like that. WWE, give me a cut. I'll make a fucking hell of a character, dog.
Reasons I mean that figuratively. But haven't you noticed that they're
Tate Bros,
obsessed
tag
with
team
the Matrix,
champs.
councils, and chess, all things very much in the domain of nerds. Just because you try to slap a rented supercar in the middle of all of it doesn't mean we're fooled. Anyone who says increase your power levels is automatically a massive nerd.
Dragon Ball Z fan.
beyond
Dragon
this
Ball Z. It's over 9,000. The power level meter, bro.
Andrew Tate, the real opponent isn't even me. It's himself.
Projection is
He's
real.
the one who said horrible things about people who launch influencer coins.
There's no such thing as free money. For everyone who wins, someone else must lose. You buy a coin for $1 and sell it for $10, someone bought it at $10. If it then goes down, the person who bought it at $10 loses money. I do not want any of my fans to ever lose money in my name, ever, because I don't need money, so I refuse to sell out my fans for money.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Tate was right about that. But now he's doing exactly what he ranted against, extracting money from his fans, promoting garbage that is now down 90%. Meanwhile, the exact people defending Tate blindly are the same people who are going to be holding the bags in a few months. Wondering...
Isn't that crazy? That's how politics works, too. Look what's happening right now. A lot of people are regretting their vote because of their, they didn't think they'd be affected by the policies that their candidate was pushing. And now everything's being cut and Doge, and their farm is not getting the subsidies it once got. And now they're upset, didn't think it would happen to them type shit. It's like, come on, man. Let's be real out here about shit. It's crazy how people don't apply things to them. It's just always out there. It ain't never close to home. It affects, man. Hubris, man, precedes the fall.
Why they aren't rich. Of course, by then, Tate will have something new to sell them.
And that is the story of Andrew Tate's new crypto exploits. All right, can you get me a Pinot Grigio, please? It has been a long day with very stupid people.
Wine. Surely that's not what you want in this episode, right?
What's the big deal?
Oh, it's fine, but they might be watching.
They? Who's the... Oh, you mean, the Matrix?
No, even worse. The alpha males.
Ah, right. Okay, scratch that. I'll just have your finest whiskey then. Shaken, not... Whatever, just give me that and a cigar, please.
I'm only kidding. You're not being the allegations, Coffee.
What allegations?
Well, I was gonna wait to break it to you, but the allegation that your nerd levels are also off the charts.
Oh, that's what you're worried about? Yeah, I'm a nerd. What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Coffee. These Tate fans are gonna eat you alive.
No, they're not. I've got these
Interesting
guys
little
figured out.
skit
It's the
here.
one thing I learned while researching Tate. You can do whatever you want. You can be as nerdy as you want. You can even tell these people to their face that they're gonna get scammed. But as long as you're doing it with a flashy sequence in a sports car, they'll love you for it.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
Here we go. The Rari, baby.
Trigger dog, say what I want. SEC, come from me. I'm in Romania. There ain't no SEC in Romania. Scammers. I'm gonna pump a coin up. Make 10 M. Bunch of fucking
Bars.
brokies on the outside. Wage cups. Losing their life
Yeah,
savings.
yeah.
Fucking scammers.
Ha, ha.
Fucking scammers.
Tate in this thing. Taking your change. Don't do it. We running the scammers and we hitting your bank account. Fucking hard like we hammers. We own it. Tate Bros tag team champs in this motherfucker. You know we rap clean raps. And I'm about to be out like Coffeezilla do. Supported by the whole Coffeezilla crew. On the screen it's me. Knowing what we doing on the team and we on the scene. Ain't. Hey, I see you, Coffeezilla. Like that little outro. Hey, we had a little fun talking about these scammers, and we ended it with the current king right now, and that's a whole rabbit hole you could dive into about that guy, the whole court case, why it's happening, how that preceded his like public persona blow up and glow up, you know, and even how that happens, a fascinating story. This guy's lived multiple lives. He used to be a kickboxing champ. Crazy. It's crazy, the story of this guy and how he got to this place. And I think he's only in his 30s, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Him and his brother, again, fascinating from a psychological perspective, but also all these guys, horrifying in a lot of ways about on the depravity side of things and what they're willing to do for clout and how they're willing to just compromise themselves. And you keep compromising yourself enough, like you get beside yourself after a while. And the further you get beside yourself, the harder it is to get back to yourself and to get centered. And after a while, you're just going to lose sight. You ain't going to even know where it is. They don't give you no map. You're just getting scammed out of yourself at the end of the day for clout. That's the biggest price you could pay. Aside from ending your life, is scamming yourself out of being yourself. You're just a shell of yourself at that point. And that's not like torture. So just keep it authentic, man. Keep it authentic. Bring some value, and people will hopefully rock with that value you bring, and you'll be able to produce off of that and evolve off of that. But yeah, it's been a good time on this stream. You know, damn, it's kind of running a little long. I didn't realize this is as late as it is. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna go find me something to eat, some dinner. Hope everybody has a good time. Been a good Tuesday stream. Holla at y'all tomorrow. We'll see what's good. I'm going to an event tomorrow, so if I do stream, it'll probably be earlier than usual. So yeah, just, you know, I'll announce it on the social media and all that. All that stuff's down in the description. And yeah, we'll be back at it again tomorrow, covering some more topics, keeping it fascinating, feeding the curiosity, and just having a good time talking about it. But I appreciate y'all who did tune in, and whoever tunes in on the non-live side of this thing after it's saved as a video in the portfolio. Now we'll be back at it.